Motorcycle fans, it's Eastern Two-Stroke Bike Week. Look at this nugget of gold, an RD400. We are here at Deals Gap Motorcycle Resort. We've got an awful lot to see, an awful lot to talk about. If you love two-strokes, let's go. That is beautiful. Absolutely love it. The nasal satisfaction. I hope everybody can smell that. Guys, we've got so many amazing two-strokes to see. Look at this line behind me. But we began with this 1976 RD400. What is your name, sir?
Chuck Quinsley.
I love it, Chuck. Give me a pound over here. You deserve one. Two-stroke, man. I love that little short hop that you did here. Tell me a little bit about this event, first off. There's so many enthusiasts here and so many amazing motorcycles.
Well, this is our 23rd year that we've been coming here and doing. It originally started out as kind of a Kawasaki two-stroke meet, and then as it progressed, it became to all brands. And so this is our 23rd year here now.
Well, that's good news for you because you have an amazing Yamaha RD400, and it's a bit of a resto mod, isn't it?
It's a 62 horse pump gas stage 2 Team Scream Racing build engine, utilizing Spec 2 pipes, TM34 carburetors, has the MZB alternator ignition. If you look on the other side of the bike, it has a Ducati monster disc brake conversion on it, and suspension mods to try and handle here at the Gap.
Well, it's a beautiful bike. Be careful because the Gap is crazy, that's for sure. This motorcycle's crazy. It's a whole lot of fun, and we got so many more two-strokes to see, so we better get it moving. But thank you so much for showing me. This thing is awesome. If you got any memories or stories involving two-strokes, guys, leave them down below.
Yep, come on.
Pencil.
Quite a tourist destination, beautiful scenery, plenty of fast motorcycles, challenging terrain. I'm warning you guys, be on your game. If you come here, you can take it as a motorcycle show as well. If you're gonna hit the Black Diamond though, the Dragon, yes, you skiers know what I mean. That is difficulty level 10. You really gotta be careful. It can be a lot of fun, but you gotta be careful. You know what I'm talking about, some of you guys out there that like to have a cocktail or two. None of that here, none of that ever, please, on your motorcycle. We got so many motorcycles to see. Stay with us till the end. Two-stroke fans, oh my gosh, is it the H2? That's right, guys, the legendary Widowmaker, the Kawasaki H2 750. What a machine. You know we're gonna see a few of these. And that beautiful motorcycle belongs to my Cajun friend, Mark from Louisiana. You're telling me this thing's so original pistons, original rings?
That is correct.
Wow, how much fun is this thing to ride?
It can be a lot of fun when you get into the right area, when you can ride it like you want to. It can be a lot of fun.
How long have you owned this motorcycle?
I've had it since 95.
95. Okay, so back in the day, they were known as the Widowmaker. Do you think that's a fair moniker for this thing?
Well, some people would rather not think of it that way.
That's right.
But it does have the nickname, right?
It has the nickname. You're a very experienced rider. We're going to cross our fingers, say a prayer for you. But I think that was the thing is a lot of guys back in the day would jump on with no motorcycle experience.
Exactly.
Just like if you jumped on a Gen 3 Busa right now,
Well,
it's probably not the best thing to do.
I started on a KH500.
Smart. Worked your way up.
Yes.
Well, that is a beautiful bike. Here is the million-dollar question. Can we hear it run?
Yes.
Let's go.
It's going to be a little cold, but I'll start
Nothing
it.
wrong with that. The only thing I wish we had on YouTube was scratch and sniff, so everybody could smell how great this is. I hope it's permeating through. Ah, intoxicating, huh? Gotta love that premix. All right, let's switch back over to Yamaha. How about one from the 80s and one from the 70s with a whole lot of sneaky tricks? Let's get the lowdown on this. Guys, we said it was the Eastern Two-Stroke Bike Week for good reason. They have come from all over the East Coast. Tim here from Virginia. Good to see you, Tim.
To see you.
I love your combo. One from the 70s, one from the 80s. Very unique. Tell me about these two motorcycles.
This is a 1975 RD350B, Haas tuned, 32 millimeter flat slide carburetors, R1 brakes, calipers, R1 or Yamaha Zuma master cylinder, Moto Carrera Millennium GP expansion chambers, vintage spoke ignition.
What a sleeper, right? Because you got that stock paint. It's a Survivor,
Yep,
but that's
is.
about the only thing that's stock.
Yep.
You got a whole lot of performance upgrades.
But stock motor, stock porting. But
Okay.
it's amazing for a 350.
Oh, I bet it likes to pull that front wheel up, huh?
A little bit, yes sir, on occasion.
Okay, so then next to it, we jump up 9 years. What's this motorcycle?
This is a 1984 RZ350 Yamaha liquid twin or liquid cooled twin.
Okay. How many cc's here?
350 cc's
350.
and has a stage 1 spec 2 engine, head shave 30 thousandths, TDR caliper adapters for R1 1000 brakes, R1 1000 master cylinder, factory pipe products out of Ukiah, California, expansion chambers, and a Koso RX2 GP instrument cluster aftermarket.
Truly amazing. You've done great work here. How would you compare the two bikes?
Well, the RZ is eons ahead of the air cooled. Its power's consistent all day, and Yamaha did a lot in their two-stroke development between 1975 and 1984 and beyond.
Oh, they're awesome. And now you know what I'm going to ask you. Can we hear them?
Sure.
How about that?
First?
I want to hear them both. I don't know. You guys pick.
Okay, we'll do the 75 first then.
Sounds good. All right, let's hear this baby roar. No electric start on these things, huh? That's a cool motorcycle. Pleased to be joined with Judd from Deals Gap Motorcycle Resort. Judd, we really appreciate what you guys are doing here, and what an amazing festival this is. Tell me your impression.
Yeah. Man, how are you not blown away? What is the newest bike this year? A 1984? I mean, I was barely around in 84.
I was
you know what I'm
too.
saying? Yeah.
I was too, so.
This is just amazing. What a great group of guys, bikes, culture. We always love this time of year as the resort, as the staff, because these guys come in sorted out, ready to go. It is a party, dawn to dusk, sometimes after, you know, and have a great time. It's just a dying breed, I hate to say. I wish two-strokes were just this ever-evolving, you know, growing breed of bikes, but it's not. But that also makes it special.
That's right.
You know, and it's
That's
nice
right.
to see history in the making. It's nice to experience it. It's nice to smell it.
Yes.
You know, it's one of those things you just can't get every day, you know, walking down the street. This is just, we're always blown away. The The guys are great. The girls as well. The bikes are fantastic. What more could you ask for at a motorcycle resort?
And as you said, mosquito control, right?
Done. We're solid. We don't have another mosquito till 4th of July.
Well, what I think is cool too, it's great that you have a bed right here for these guys to plop down in. It's an amazing, comfortable resort. If somebody wants to be a part of this in years to come, where can they find you?
Yeah, well, actually, they can get linked up through to the group through our website, dealsgap.com. You can't stay anywhere closer for any less than right here at Deals Gap Motorcycle Resort. So the ground zero, this property goes back, back into the 20s, the buildings into the 40s. This actually used to be an old flea market. So we've turned the flea market into a two-stroke festival, serving great food with the Southern Ladies Cooking in the Dragon's Den Grill, 93 octane, 100% gas down to the merchandise store and all your official stuff there. How is this not ground zero? It's the place to be. It has been for 40 years. Last year we're in our 41st. These guys have been coming for 23, so it's a great combination.
Two-stroke paradise. Thank you so much, guys. Get here. Don't miss this. There's a Gen 3 Busa with a Brock's pipe. There's some classic two-strokes. They all fit in the motorcycle fraternity. I hope you guys are enjoying this. This is awesome. Right outside of the Dragon, as Judd just told me, that's kind of like the Black Diamond of roads. You come here, you have got to be on your game. It's a whole lot of fun, but it's something that commands a whole lot of respect. What is your name, young lady? Where are you from?
New Hampshire.
Wow, you really
Down here. Oh yeah, we're down here to ride the Dragon.
You watch Cycle Drag?
We do.
Thank you so much. And a good reminder of that is something here at Deals Gap Motorcycle Resort. This is known as the Tree of Shame. We have all been there. We don't wish this upon anybody, but it's part of it sometimes, guys. Keep her safe, keep her on two wheels. That's why I said you come to something like this, you better be ready to go. Who remembers the Suzuki RG500? Again, excellent power to weight. All about the two-strokes. Loving this two-stroke fest. I told you we would find some rare motorcycles. Here's one I don't recognize. Let's get the story on this. Who knows the lowdown here? All right, sir, what is your name?
Frank.
Frank, I love the motorcycle. TDR, gotta be from the 80s. Looks like a dual sport. Educate me, because I've never seen this.
Well, it's an 88 Yamaha TDR 250 twin, two-stroke. Originally sold as a dual sport, but of course it's set up now as a supermoto.
I see that, yeah, supermoto style. You don't see many of these. Are these pretty rare?
They never sold them in the States.
Oh, that's why. So how did you get your hands on one?
Well, this is a Japanese domestic model.
Okay.
But they sold them in Canada and Europe.
So I wonder why a motorcycle like this was never sold in the United States.
I don't know. They made a mistake, I think.
How much fun is this thing to ride?
It's a lot of fun. 50 horsepower, about 310 pounds.
All right, well, I hate to twist your arm too bad, but you know we're going to want to hear it, huh? Is that doable?
Yeah, we can start it if you like.
That's what we like.
Okay, we'll start it.
All right. There's a sign that we're dealing with a two-stroke. Looks like you're running just a little bit fat, huh?
Yeah.
That's okay.
Gotta see a little oil stuff.
That's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
Is it a fairly light motorcycle?
Yeah, a little bit over 300 pounds.
Okay, wow. You know how many horsepower we're dealing with?
Yamaha rated about 50.
50 horsepower. Beautiful.
2 RG Gammas in one place at one time, both of them
That's cool.
running and riding.
You guys abide by the rules. So much to see. Gotta love it. Hold on, everybody laughing at me over here. I've heard of the Kenny Roberts bike, but the Kenny Rogers bike. Carl, come here. You got to tell me the story. My sister used to work at Kenny Rogers Roasters. Remember that great restaurant? I've heard of Kenny Roberts on a motorcycle, not Kenny Rogers. What in the world?
Well, this is one of our board member bikes, and what has happened over the years, so many people have come up and talked to him about his Kenny Rogers edition that he decided he would just go ahead and make it a Kenny Rogers edition instead of Kenny Roberts.
The Gambler. Gotta love it.
Yes.
Now, before the 1973 Kawasaki Z1, the baddest thing on the road was the 1972 Kawasaki H2 750.
How's that? I'm gonna leave a little bit of room for people to get through.
Shane bringing a tear to my eye with his 1972 Kawasaki H2 750. It's got that classic blue livery. Looks like a fairly original bike. Tell me about it.
I always wanted an H2. I've had some H1s, and a good friend of mine had this H2 in like partial restoration, and I bought it from him and just finished it up. But
Okay.
it's basically stock, other than the chambers, and I did do the aluminum wheels and different brakes. But yeah, it's just a 72 H2 to me.
How would you describe this event to people? There's so much passion here, and what I love about motorcycling is really a niche, right? But you have all these little subsections, all these niches within the niche, and the two-stroke community is one of the most passionate motorcycle communities that I've ever seen. How would you describe just the energy here this week?
Well, this is the 23rd year that this has happened here, and majority of these people have been here. I've been coming since 2010. It's the way it started for me is I had an H1 when I was a teenager, and so one year I decided that I would find another one and restore it and kind of relive the glory days. And when I found, when I was searching parts, I found the website and found that they were doing this here. And so I came, didn't know a person, came here, and I've made so many good friends.
Now you got a family. You got a motorcycle family.
And it turns out that everybody else is the same way. They had them as kids, and so we're like reliving our youth.
That's what we do here on Cycle Drag. We're all across different countries, oceans, but our love of motorcycles connects us. And I know there's a lot of people right now out in the comments going crazy because they want to hear it. Is there any way we could hear it?
Yeah, for the start, we'll do it.
Yeah. Shred the Dragon.
I love it.
Man, you're flying out there.
I've been here 25 years.
So it helps to know the lay of the land a little bit, I imagine.
Absolutely.
Huh? How about you? Tell me about your experience.
Man, I'm new to this.
What do you think?
This is great. Love it. The roads are perfect. It's weather's perfect. Bikes are running great. Can't beat it.
I feel like we're in the woods trail riding. If there wasn't a strip of pavement here, I think we were on dirt bikes.
That's what I was doing before they said, go get your bike. Cycle Drag's here. I'm like, I'll go get it. I was trout fishing and motocrossing earlier today.
Very cool. Great job, guys. Well, Judd, great job by you. Clearly, I mean, You know this land pretty well too, don't you?
Toby's been around for a couple days.
Oh.
I have as well. Yeah, local knowledge is key to everything.
Talk about a fun commute home. I don't think you worry about the drive. A lot of people, I got to sit in traffic. I hate my drive. He loves his drive. Whew, this is wild. Told you we're going to show you some rare motorcycles. Who's ever seen a Tandem twin? Take a look at where those carburetors are at, guys. This is a very rare motorcycle. Let's get the lowdown. Another motorcycle I don't recognize. It wasn't available in the United States. Cork Ballington made it famous, a very successful racer. Tell me about this KR250A.
It's a Japanese-only market bike. I think there were some in Australia, maybe, and maybe even New Zealand. You probably won't see any in the United States, and maybe, I don't know of another one in the United States. There may be one or two, but you won't see them. This one I got from a friend of mine, and I just wanted a small sport bike, and I wanted a two-stroke, and I wanted a Kawasaki, so I didn't even know these existed. So when I saw the picture, I said, I gotta have that. So we worked out a trade, and I ended up trading some of the two-stroke stuff that I had for it. And I got it, and I enjoyed it for a short period of time until I realized the engine, pretty much needed a lot of work. So I removed the engine, completely disassembled it, and redid everything in the engine. Didn't know anything about the engine, so I had to go to Japan, or I didn't personally go to Japan, but go to the Japanese websites and find out what I could. There's actually...
And get the translation too, probably, right?
I had to translate it. There's actually a forum in England, and there's a following of them there also.
Super cool bike. Thanks for showing us. And I admire the fact that you're out here ripping on it. A lot of people would have this up on the mantle somewhere, climate controlled. You're not hiding it.
No.
You're riding it.
That's right.
Very, very cool.
I end up hitting this thing with my ankle, so what I've done is kind of temporary, but I've done that to kind of get it out of the way.
There you go.
Now, whether to start, like I said, it may or may not.
That's back to H2 heritage.
And I haven't started it.
It's coming. Yes, it is. You guys hear that? It's a little different. Two-stroke sounds are so distinct, but it's neat that the subsection of them sounds, they have their own characteristics. Let's hear the throttle one time, if you could. Reminds me of my 1986 KDX. Sounds cool, man. Very cool. Thank you very much.
That's cool. Yeah, that would really be cool.
Right?
Is she here?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
We told you we would dig far and wide to bring you the best of the best. We're on a quest to find you the most impressive motorcycles, and this is a hidden gem, this event. I hope you're loving it. If you know anything about classic motorcycles, you know that there are many different schools of thought. Some are leave them all original no matter what they look like, because that will increase the value because they're only original once. Some guys like to restore them. There's another 72 750. Check out this H1 500. As you can see, not the shiniest bike in the world, not the most luminous bike in the world, but that is all original. That's the way it was back in the 70s. Here's the guy I got to say thank you to, Karl Zavala. Did I get it right? Yeah. Thank you very much. I see him at all the two-stroke drag races at Valdosta. You grabbed me at Valdosta, what, 6-7 months ago. You said you have got to come check out this event. Man, it has far exceeded my expectations. How would you describe what this means to you?
This is just an awesome event, and the thing about it is all these bikes that are here are being ridden. They're all riders, and they're all enthusiasts. These are not collector bikes collecting dust. They're out here riding the drag.
That's cool. I love that. I know that, like I said, there's so many different forms of schools of thought when it comes to motorcycle collectability. My friends at Meekum are probably cringing at what we're doing right now, but a lot of people out there, I'm sure, think this is cool. Don't hide them, ride them, have some fun with them. They're fun to look at, but there's nothing like shredding the dragon on an old school bike, right?
Absolutely. I mean, it's some of the most fun you can have. And we're just out here enjoying these old bikes like we did back when we were kids.
What's your favorite part of this entire week that you spend here?
My favorite part is all the guys getting together. There are people here from all over the country, and just the camaraderie and the fellowship. All these guys bring their bikes, they bring their new builds, they come out and just have a good time for the week. We come out here and ride and just have a great time.
Power of the old school, guys. We got to keep those old school two-strokes alive. All right, Cycle Drag Universe, I hate to be a dad here, but I'm going to be honest with you. I pulled over for a little bit. I wanted to give you a good look. I'm getting a little bit nervous up here. This is a great motorcycle destination spot, but man, if you're watching this for the first time, you want to come here, please be careful. I've seen so many spots already that give me chills because if you miss one of these corners, I don't know if you can see down there, there's about 100, 200 foot drop. There's just a lot of places to get into trouble. This really reminds me of high-level trail riding. The only difference is I wish it was one way. I hate the fact that it's two-way. I mean, look at some of these divots. Look at some of these holes. You miss this corner, whoo! My Hayabusa is getting launched into Never Never Land. So it really is a cool place, but you really got to be on your game if you come here. Absolutely. That's the feeling that I get here if you guys are picking up on that. I don't want to poo-poo on this because I would ride this, and I will ride this someday, but I don't know if I would want a loved one on the back. That really raises the stakes. How about this beautiful early 70s GT250 Suzuki? Looked a lot different. You could definitely tell that engine from a mile away. Looked a lot different than the Kawasaki's, didn't it?
Yes, it does, with the ram air cooling system that Suzuki developed.
Who remembers these bikes? If you remember any of these bikes, you got to leave your thoughts down below in the comments. Share your stories with us. We'll do some bench racing down there in the comment section. Check this out, guys. This is 1973 Yamaha RD350, 2 cylinders, 2-stroke. This one set up as a road racer. Lightweight. It has the bare minimum on it. Could you imagine the horsepower to weight ratio for this bike? Pretty cool.
Gotta get the full effect there.
Well, we got to hear this double.
It don't run, but it turns over. You're gonna have to edit that out.
That's okay.
It starts on the first kick every other time you put it down.
There's nothing to be embarrassed of. I know my 2-strokes. They're temperamental. They do this. This ought to give racers and riders of today a glimpse of how much luxury they enjoy when you hit that starter button. This is what used to happen after work.
DT400. This one here, I did the port work on it. I recut the head. It's got a larger carb, airbox delete. I redesigned the expansion chamber, CR500 silencer. It added about 10 horse and about 12 pounds of torque to it. And it's a real torquer. I mean, it gets down. I ride this bike a lot.
I bet it's a lot of fun.
I put a lot of miles on it. When I got it, it was hardly ridden. It gets ridden now. It gets ridden a lot.
So here's what I got to ask you. We love your 750. We love this bike. You clearly have some amazing skills as evidenced by that wheelie you're riding.
Yeah.
What is it about the old school two-strokes? Why aren't you on a Busa or a 14 or a Gixxer?
It's unique. Everybody's got the newer bikes, but the older bike nowadays with the newer technology of the motors, a lot of the drag racers and stuff, they're using the new technology and put into the older motors and getting, well, you done a piece on Bill Baxter, he holds the world record.
That's right.
So the old ones, they're fun.
They sure are.
It's like a small stand-up jet ski compared to a big one. I mean, you get into it a lot more, and I love these things. Yeah, the power to weight ratio is crazy. They're just fun to ride. I got it about 20 years ago. It looked like Easy Rider. Had a freaking king and queen seat with a bayonet in the back, riding wheelies down there with the girlfriend in the back. It was crazy. People didn't even know what it was. They saw smoke and they heard rattling, and all of a sudden this bike stands it up in third gear and it's gone. But about 12 years after that, I decided to set it up for the race in the mountains here. So I've done everything to this bike. It's got Venco 18mm crank, micro powerless undercut transmission, Ralph Shipman lockup clutch, Zealtronic 12-point programmable ignition. I did all the porting and mill work. I cut all the heads on it. A lot of dyno time on it. Those carbs, I actually welded them up and put power jets. They don't even make those carburetors, but I made them. It's got a Pirelli Pegaso 650 wheels. It's got EX5. That's the thing. You can build a bike however you want to build it. So that's what I love about it.
Well, it is
and
awesome.
This one's set up a little bit different. It's set up for a lot of low end and mid-range torque for the mountains out here. Most of them are kind of set up for drag racing. I just did something a little different because I love riding it out here.
We got to get you to the drag strip. Can you make it to Martin, Michigan, September 17th?
Yeah, I got a couple buddies that keep trying to pull me up there.
Please.
Yeah.
Please, we'd love to see you, man.
I might just get up there and just see what it does.
You'll have some fun. What an awesome
It's set up
motorcycle.
for the real tight turns, the real torque coming out of the turns. Not so much the high RPM power. It has it, but I'm going to go up there with the drag race guys, see what it does. It's real wheelie prone, as you've seen up there.
It's a beautiful motorcycle.
It picks it up like it ain't nothing.
Yes, it does. So we also have the old school KLR 250. What year is that one?
This one's a 94.
94, and I knew you would have something with modern technology. What year is this KTM?
This one's an 09. This one's, I can't say enough about KTMs. I've owned Japanese bikes all my life, and this is the third KTM I've owned, and nothing but respect for them. These are powerhouses here.
Based on how you handled that 750, I don't even want to see you shredding on this thing.
Oh yeah, this is my off-road bike here. This is when I ride down in Florida, down in the sand, so yeah, I got to keep the knobbies on it. It ain't too good up here. So,
beautiful bike, guys.
Right now.
We love the two strokes, new and old.
These KTM 300s are just they're the two-stroke that runs like a four-stroke. Real wide power, man, and lots of horsepower.
Yes, indeed. That is the 73 DT100, finally restored. Take a look, guys. Small bore bikes becoming very collectible as well. The reason why? A lot of gentlemen who are now successful and older want what they couldn't have when they were kids, or maybe what they grew up riding. It's beautiful. How about this 1974 Suzuki TS185? It is in great shape. You wonder how some of these bikes have survived unscathed. This one is all original, just like it came in 1974. Got a beautiful Suzuki GT550, and check this out, guys. This one's rare. Yamaha RD350 LC. Why is the LC important? Because this one is liquid cold. They're telling me this was a bike out of Canada. Beautiful. Anyone ever ride one of these? Let me know. They're super rare. Whoa, check out this ultra clean 1974 GT380. Let's get the lowdown. Three beautiful motorcycles, sir. What is your name?
Mike Long.
Where are you from?
Alabama.
Nice to meet you all the way from Alabama.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me about this GT first off. This thing is immaculate.
It's a 74 GT380. It's basically all stock except for the paintwork was done special. We eliminated the vinyl stripes and painted all the striping on. It's got a set of K2 Tech 3-in-3 chambers on it.
Wow, I bet
pretty much all stock.
I bet it's a total blast. And then next to it, you have an equally clean motorcycle, the Suzuki 500. Tell me the story on that one.
It's a 69 T500. This is the second time I've owned it. We have this little circle that we have where motorcycles don't get sold. We just kind of pass them around, and it's on its second route through me right now. It's basically all stock except for the paintwork was done somewhere around 25 years ago by Paul Miller, and he claimed that was the closest you can ever get to the original Colorado gold. It's got Higsby chambers on it, and it's bored out about as far as it'll go. And I've got a vape electronic ignition on it.
Oh, I can't wait to hear it. Is there any way? Oh,
yeah, we
can hear it. And I love your strategy too. Sounds like a way to keep happy wife, happy life. Yeah, I sold that bike. Jim has it. Don has it. Doug has it. Wait, how'd you get it back? That's very cool though. So let's hear this thing rumble. I can't wait.
Okay, we can crank up both of them, whatever you want to do.
Crank them up. Wait, you got more information about the circle. Could you tell me what were the real names in the circle?
They were Frank Tarpley, Michael Long, Alan Wood. I've owned this one twice, that one twice, that one 4 times.
Great strategy. Are you guys actually switching titles, or are we just
switching titles?
Okay,
it's
okay.
expensive in Florida.
I was gonna say I like that. That's cool.
I got over $500 in registration on that one right there before.
Very cool. Well, if you ever need somebody to take one of these for a year, I'll be happy to take it and give it back. What do you think? I think there's a lot of people in the comments that go for that deal. Oh my, oh my. We got a story on this 1975 DT Yamaha 400. All right. Oh man, this one is special to me. I got to tell you guys a story. This one actually represents the genesis of cycle drag. Why is that? Because young 12-year-old Jack used to ride with his buddy Mike Casper on a KX100, Rich Bowden XR100, a bunch of other guys. Guess what I had? I was a young 12-year-old, not too strong, way too small for this bike, but God bless my stepdad Denny, because we had an extra one laying around that might have been his brother-in-law's. I hope his brother-in-law isn't watching. Anyhow, I learned how to ride a motorcycle on this machine right here. And let me tell you what, going through the single tracks, going on tabletop jumps and all kind of other stuff, by the end, I had every fender, every turn signal, every brake light, everything broken off this bike. Is this one easy to kick? Because I think
it kicks back on you.
I still have a little bit of a limp from kicking this thing, but absolutely love it. Brings a tear to my eye. I wish I would have kept it and restored it. I might have to restore one someday. Great bikes, really good dual sport bike. I didn't use it for that though. I tried to motocross with it. I don't recommend that unless of course you're David Bailey or something like that, but great motorcycle. Oh, the fun I had. I'll tell you, as a 12-year-old, you'll learn to respect a big bike pretty quick with one of these. I have to get another one someday. Absolutely have to. See, this is what drives the collector market. I'm already looking back to my youth. How about a 74 500 Mach 3 H1? Here is the H2, very unusual 72. Sir, what is your name?
My name is Jeff Goodblatt.
Where are you from?
Northeast Pennsylvania.
I love that. Tell me about this motorcycle here.
Well, the 72 here, it's obviously not stock colors. I painted it gray because everybody else had a blue 1972 stock paint job, and I wanted something different. This motorcycle has 55,000 miles on the engine rebuild.
Wow.
It is my daily.
Wow. Daily driver, guys. How about that? That'll separate the men from the boys.
You know, the motor's not even remotely close to stock. It's ported, 34 millimeter flat slides, chambered. It's dyno tested, 90 horsepower to the ground. Fastest I've had it is 11.3 in the quarter. Ooh. And that was because I was having trouble keeping the front end down.
That's moving. Well, I'd like to see you in Martin, Michigan, September 17th, if you can, US 131. Let's get you
More
there.
likely to see it at Island Dragway in New Jersey.
Okay, all right.
But
very cool bike.
Haven't been there in a bunch of years, but actually did an iron butt ride on this motorcycle.
Iron butt. Wow, where's the sticker? There's the sticker, guys. You can see it. The Iron Butt Association. Iron Butt, 1,000 miles in one day, right?
1,100.
1,100 miles in one day on this thing. Very impressive. Thanks for showing
I had to
us.
stop every 60 miles for gas.
That'll take a while. Wow, this is like a drag race. We're pulling ahead.
Sure, why not?
Something going on in there that you don't care for?
Just looking for a little bit of missing power we'd like to have. So we're just doing an inspection.
Isn't it wonderful how easy these things were to work on too, compared to 4-strokes? No valves, no cams. Just pull the head, take a look, put it back on.
And it's hot, 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 hot after a ride.
Don't burn yourself.
No carbon.
That chamber's clean.
Yeah.
My gosh, he must have just cleaned that, huh?
No.
Well, he's got the jetting dead
What kind of mileage you got on it now?
4,500.
4,500 without pulling ahead. I was gonna say that jetting must be on. No carbon. Clean. I just hope absolutely no 2-stroke parts end up in that tree. Let's not do that, guys. Hope you're really enjoying this trip to Deals Gap Motorcycle Resort. Guys, if you have any stories about 2-strokes, any questions, leave them down below. Let's do some bench racing in the comments. If you ever owned a 2-stroke, I want to know which one you owned and what your experience was like. Oh, and here is a very special motorcycle that I have been trying to make my way over to. 1973 Kawasaki S2 350. It was kind of like the little brother of the H2 750. Yes, this is a very special bike to cycle drag as well. Take a look, guys. The S2 350. This was my dad's first motorcycle. His racing number, my racing number, is 935. The reason is he bought this brand new for $935, and back in the year 1973, this was his daily driver. It's an awesome motorcycle. He converted his into a drag bike, still has an orange one that he loves to ride, but these things, a ton of fun. Really, really unique piece of history. And you want to talk about collectability, I'm hearing these things now $7,000, $8,000, $9,000, $10,000. The Japanese collector market is through the roof. And the proud owner of this S2 350 is Russ from New York. Russ, very nice to meet you.
Good
Man,
to meet you.
This thing's bringing a tear to my eye. Tell me your personal history with the S2.
My first motorcycle was a Kawasaki H1 71. Wrong motorcycle to be your first motorcycle. So I crashed that into the back of a station wagon.
You aren't the only one.
But stuck in my mind that so years later I says I gotta get back and learn how to ride these things and build them, and that's what happened. So
You know, everybody talks about the 750. I think a lot of people forget about the 350, and that's kind of sneaking up in terms of collectability.
Yeah.
You just told me you wouldn't let this thing go for less than 10 grand.
Yeah.
Well, I know that's going to make my father very happy, because he bought one for $935. The other one, I told you the story. We drove by this great guy, Larry Keller's house, and he's got an orange one. We say, what do you want for it? He says, well, it's a 350. How about $350?
Amazing.
And then all of a sudden, Japanese market just goes like this, explodes. Your bike, very original. I noticed you even got the airbox on it.
Yep.
How have you been able to keep it so original?
That's just the way I built it, I like the original look. I like the original ride. Unfortunately, the stock pipes at this point are very hard to come by.
Very hard to get.
Yep. Even the chambers are hard to come by, but I happen to come by a beautiful set. So,
Good reproduction market for those?
They don't make reproduction
Not
pipes,
yet.
Not for the small ones.
Okay.
man.
I wonder if that's coming, because what we see now, remember Z1 pipes were unobtainable. Now reproduction everywhere. They
Yes.
say there's more for the Z1 now than there was in 1973. So I'm wondering if that could translate.
They have
into these two strokes.
reproductions for the 750s, and they have reproduction pipes for the 500s. So it would be wonderful if somebody was making 400s in the smaller bikes. It'd be great.
What's the reaction you get when you pull up to a bike night on this?
You always get a lot of attention. A lot of attention.
People just don't see those anymore.
And everybody had something similar to it, if not that bike.
And I can tell you what noise it makes if it's only running on 2 cylinders. You know that right away. That was the trick, to make sure it's firing on all 3. Did you have to change spark plugs a lot?
You know what? This one was the first time yesterday I had a problem. Normally I did 345 miles on that KH400 today.
That's amazing.
That's a lot of miles for a little bike.
And it's like I said before, these
issues.
kids today are spoiled. You get out the laptop and make a jetting change. Not with these bikes. You had to take 3 carbs off, mess with the slide, the jet, the pilot, the main jet. There was a lot of stuff to do to get them running just right. And when you come to situations like this, the conditions change. Your jetting may need to change. So.
I'm from Long Island, so we're at sea level. But I've been lucky with, I haven't had to fool with them much, you know. So
beautiful bike.
Thank you.
Can I buy it off you?
Yeah, of course you can.
I can. Uh-oh.
You got
cycle drag.
How fat is that wallet?
Oh man, I don't know if it's fat enough. We're gonna have to talk. Thank you so much for showing me.
Thank you.
Keep it safe.
Good meeting you.
Good meeting you. That's a beautiful motorcycle right there. What the heck is that? It's the Polini sidecar.
This is not homemade. This is factory for Polini in Italy. It's a racing machine. Check it out.
As if the Dragon didn't have enough dangers. Wow, you're telling me 40 cc's?
40 cc's.
What the heck? What is this thing like to ride?
It's really, really fun.
Good Lord.
It's even more fun on grass because you don't have the traction. You can drift and slide around. But yeah, it probably goes about 40 miles an hour, but it feels like 60 because you're so low to the ground.
And what's the legend with this bike?
Well, allegedly, late at night, some guy said, "Hey, we got to take this up the Dragon."
Oh no.
You know.
Oh no.
And I said, "No, not me." And they said, "Well, somebody's got to do it."
Oh, good Lord. Gotta love it.
This is what we do.
Ah, there's the most important man right there.
Absolutely.
Oh, that smells almost as good as 2-stroke smoke.
Let's go. Angus burgers.
Great family atmosphere, great camaraderie. Guys, it's like Daytona Bike Week for 2-stroke enthusiasts. They're all here. And what do we have in here? It just keeps on getting better. Shine that light on that, baby.
1975 H2.
Oh, the last year for the H2.
Last year.
75. Before the H2 became a supercharged bike. I'm not so sure you're interested in that one, huh?
No.
That's the new H2.
Yeah.
This is the old H2. It's beautiful. Temperament. Oh, there we go. Oh.
It's gonna get a little more fuel in it. Yeah, when's the last time? Yeah, go give it a shot. Go ahead. Everyone, I'm on it.
What are you guys squirting in there?
Brake clean.
Pop?
Yep, you ran.
Now, how spoiled are riders of today when they just hit that start button, huh?
Too spoiled.
You used to have to earn your ride back in the day.
All right, let's try this again.
Let's see if she fires now.
I need a little more fuel in the bowls, but it'll run.
Almost. It's getting close.
Left cylinders now. It was last time.
I might have to spend a few days here next year, and I hope you join us as well. If you plan on joining us, let me know down below in the comments. If you have any questions, we'll try to get them answered for you as well. Really incredible, the diversity that we're seeing. So many different motorcycles. Love the green paint on that 750. That's special. It smells great, guys. Take a whiff. My goodness. I need a shower, but maybe not for a while because I like it. So you guys finally got her to crank. What do you think the problem was?
It just hasn't been dealt with in 5-6 years. Just sat.
Okay, and you guys cranked it right up? Just need a little TLC, huh? Very cool.
A little bit of the juice. That's all it needed.
Yep.
And I'm suddenly thirsty for a Pepsi, taking a look at this RGV. It is an early 80s road race edition, and boy, it is clean. Look at this custom machine, 750. This looks like some of the drag bikes that we see out there at Martin, Michigan, September 17th this year. A little bit of epoxy, a little bit of trickery going on here. They call it the H2CR. It's got a modern front end, modern brakes. I bet this thing is a handful. Custom RD400, many different styles, you know. Some guys like to keep them original. Some guys like to give them a little bit of that custom flair, and I don't blame them. That's beautiful. Let me know what you like best down below. Original, restored, resto rod, or something else. Another one of the Kawasaki small bore bikes, the KH400. It's another one of the classic, iconic small bore bikes, isn't it?
It is.
Oh, I hear somebody's on the gas. It must be getting late at the Dragon, that's for sure. That's why we'll keep this KH400 right here for now, but it is beautiful. Before we had the RD, we had the DS7-250. Fill me in on this one, DS7-250, huh? Pretty rare?
It's a 1-year model.
Okay.
The DS7, and then also the R5 350. This is like the little brother to the R5.
Where'd you find it?
I actually found that on eBay.
In the early days of eBay, I imagine, huh?
Not too terribly long ago.
Okay.
About probably 7 years ago.
I imagine you paid handsomely for it, huh?
Got a deal on it.
You got a deal. How about that? They're still out there if you look hard enough, guys. We got some inside info. That sale price was $600. Carl stole it. Good job, Carl. Carl, well, it sounds like just like the S2 special to me, this one's special to you. You're saying this was your first bike?
Yeah, the DS7 was my first bike. I actually bought this bike to do a restoration on my first bike.
What year was that?
72, same exact bike.
72. How old were you in 72?
I was 10 in 72.
Very cool. Gotta love it, guys. Sentimental value for so many. Well, I want to know down below, what is your favorite motorcycle I showed you today and why? Of course, I got to go with this one for sentimental reasons. The just amazingly clean 1973 Kawasaki H2 350. Hey, and it's not all 2-strokes, guys. There's even room for some classic 4-strokes. This is the KZ1000 R2. Eddie Lawson paint. Jay is here. Jay, are you fitting in with all these 2-strokes?
Oh, well, that's my H2 right there also.
Oh, you got the best of both worlds. You got the H2,
Yeah.
You got the Eddie Lawson replica. How long have you owned each of these bikes?
Oh, I've owned that one, H2, since 2003, and the R2 since 2007.
Very cool. Which one do you like better if I told you had to pick one?
Oh, good one. The H2.
The H2, why'd you say that?
Because I'm here.
Good answer. Good answer. We love them all, but two amazing motorcycles, that's for sure. All right, who let the guy in on the ZX6R? Hey, that's all right. Everything welcome. That is so cool. The new sport bike here. How do you like this?
It's not very comfortable.
That's what I hear.
I think I'd rather ride the old 2-strokers.
Does it fit in with the old 2-strokers?
It carves the canyons with them.
I was going to say, it seems like you're accepted. Very cool. I told you they all have a unique sound. That one sounds very crisp. Sounds like you got the jetting dead on. You're telling me 55,000 miles on that engine?
On this engine build.
55,000 miles, guys. That is a lot of value out of that 2-stroke. How about this, guys? Family atmosphere, father, daughter. You guys having a blast?
Having a great time.
I love
It's been
it.
an incredible week.
Nothing better than that. Carl, what do I see back there? That's not a Cycle Drag shirt back there, is it? Let me see that.
It sure is.
Uh-oh, hold on. That's not a Cycle Drag shirt. Yes, it is a
Absolutely.
Cycle Drag shirt. Thank you so
Don't
much.
go anywhere without it.
Guys, was that cool or what? Now the barbecue and the camping festivities are starting. I really hope you enjoyed this small taste of this great event. Make your plans to get here. Big thanks to Carl. Big thanks to Deals Gap Motorcycle Resort. This is awesome, guys. It is just a labor of love. It's all about passion. It's all about keeping these old motorcycles alive. And I hope you enjoyed it as well. Like I said, you got any stories about two-strokes, let us know down below in the comments. If you like that video, here's another one for you. Subscribe right in the middle. We're on a quest to bring you the best motorcycle events, people, and machines we can find. And you know, if there's anything fast two wheels, we're in. Cycle Drag rolls on.